Hi, and thanks so much for joining me for my top 10 Chanel favorites of 2025. I also do have an item that was my least favorite of Chanel for the year, as well as maybe one of my most disappointing products of the year, so we'll include that. But let's start with primers. I love Chanel primers. We have two here, and I actually have them both on my face now. So make sure to tune in to get ready with me if you want to see them in action. This is a mattifying primer, and of course it's mattifying. And this one is on the right side of my face. Nope, this is the left side of my face. I have this on the left side of my face with actually, I'll explain the foundation it's with in a moment, but this is the consistency. You can see it doesn't have any glow to it. I apply it to mainly the center of my face when I apply this. It really keeps everything in place. It's a nice base for the foundation. It helps my makeup last longer. It looks a little bit smoother and can help control the oil, especially in the hotter months. That's when I really pull for this. There is the texture of the primer. The other primer is the Base Illuminatrice. It's the Illuminating Base. If you haven't seen this before, I'll show you. It's a bit different in appearance, of course. The Base Illuminatrice. And I do have the Base Illuminatrice on this side of my face. Mattifying on this side, the illuminating on this side. So you can actually see there's a difference in the way the skin or the makeup is reflecting the light. I put it on this side so it matches the face, but this is the illuminating. You can see there's like a pinkier tone to that as well. Some glowy particles in there. And I think Chanel makes some of the most beautiful foundations out there, and I have two here to feature because I did pull for both of them almost equally this year, and I'm really liking a more natural foundation these days, but I have them for different purposes. So on this side of my face, I have this foundation. It's the SUBLIMAGE Le Temps. This is the one in the jar. It's in BD41. So it's got a golden undertone to it. You can actually kind of see it now that I'm looking in the viewfinder. More golden over here, more neutral over here. So for those of you who are in the same range and maybe 40, sometimes wondering about 41, BD41 specifically, it's really an undertone issue. So here is what it looks like. You can see there it says 41 Beige Doré, so golden undertone, or BD41. You can see the texture there. It holds its own shape, and you'll see the difference between this and the next foundation. But I wear this for more long wear type purposes, and this one does really well over time. It's one of those foundations that looks actually better over time. The longer I wear it, the better it looks. So it's been on my face for maybe 45 minutes. It'll continue getting better as I wear it. And you can see it has, definitely does not have a fluid. Like I said, it holds its shape. And we do have skincare properties here as well. The other one that I wanted to talk about is the SUBLIMAGE L'Essence de Taupe, which I have been pulling for more this year versus previous because I really am liking a healthier skin look. I don't need as much foundation, so this one's more fluid, and you'll be able to see them side by side. But this one has a glow to the texture. Of course, I have the more glowy primer underneath, but also it glows itself because of the texture, but not because of like sparkly particles, but because it has a dewier kind of feel and appearance on the skin. Here is the one in B40, the SUBLIMAGE L'Essence de Taupe. You can see a difference in the undertones there. And I have to say I do appreciate that it is in a pump versus a jar. The jar I understand because of the composition of the foundation in the jar, but it really is more convenient and less messy when there's a pump. My third favorite is also a complexion product. This is the eye concealer, and I know some people say this is more dry under their eyes, and I have to agree. It's one of the more dry concealers that I have for the under eye area. It's not as dry as the Clay de Peau stick, but it also isn't that far off once I apply it. So if you like that consistency of the Clay de Peau stick in the under eye area, this is more hydrating than that, but it's definitely not fluid. And again, it's in a jar for a reason. So this is the eye concealer. You can see it's well loved. It's in the shade 40. So we're in that 40 range, and it has a peachiness to it. So we know that that's a great job of combating any darkness. So great tone for the under eye area. This also has a similar consistency to the SUBLIMAGE in the jar. holds its shape. And just like with the Clay to Pose Stick Foundation, I will pull for this when I want it perfected. So when I want a perfected under eye area to match perfected makeup, I feel like it's a really hard concealer to use if I want a very natural look. I won't pull for that. But if I do want a very polished look, then I will use the Chanel under eye concealer. It's the most high coverage under eye concealer that I will use. Number 4. Okay, I'm just gonna put these in the same category, the singles. And there are 2 in particular that I really love. The first one I will wear on its own and also layered. Now this one brings a lot of dimension to the eye area without adding too much because of the way it catches the light. So this is Brun Talpa, and I've talked about this before. It looks like this. And I love that I can just pack this one and be done and not have to worry about eye makeup because it can be very sheer or it can be built up. So I really like this just as a one swipe kind of product, and then some mascara. So this, oh actually let me show it to you. This is 236 Brun Talpa, and that's what it looks like. It's a really pretty shade. I mean, it's a satin with just a slight elevated kind of glow. Now the other one is a newer edition. I've been looking for an eyeshadow like this for, I'm gonna say years. Something I can just put on top of most eyeshadows and really just bring some dimension and light to the center of the eye. And this one does go with most everything. This one is 234 Beige Sable, and I have it on now. I'll show you actually a couple of different intensities with the eye based on another product I'm going to talk about here in a moment. But this is what Beige Sable looks like. Beige Sable, and there is what it looks like. Both of these are really silky feeling. There's nothing, sometimes when it comes to shadows that have some glow, it's a little like you can feel the texture of it, like not rough, but you can definitely sense the texture. These feel really silky. So there is Beige Sable right here next to Brun Talpa. So I love layering these. And since we're on eyes, let's talk about this product. So this is limited. Actually, I have a couple of limited edition items here. So hopefully you have them. And if not, I'll try and find something similar because this has been a staple ever since I got it. This is the STYLO Ombre Contour, the eyeshadow liner kohl. And this one is in Taupe Fume. So I've been talking about this one a lot this year. And it's a softer eyeliner when you look at the color, because I think most eyeliners are really intense, and sometimes I don't want that intensity. I do want a little definition, but not that intensity to it, because I'm wearing less and less eye makeup these days, it seems. And so I feel like anytime I put an intense eyeliner, anything that has a very dense pigmentation, it's very evident on my eyes, and I don't want it to be evident. I added this right above the lash line, and then I built in some dimension and more drama with this by adding it to the exterior and kind of smudging it into the crease there, and then going over it again with Taupe Fume, and then also Beige Sable. So you'll be able to see that process. So I do not 2 different eye looks, but I show you how I intensify this using this product. And so here's the eyeliner, and it's 58, I believe. And then here is the color. It's lovely. It's one of my favorite eyeliners I've ever used. Speaking of limited edition items, I really enjoyed this. I was going to pass on this, but I didn't. I mean, I think it was like not a last minute purchase, but I just wasn't concerned that it was going to sell out. And then you convinced me to pick it up because you said how beautiful it was, and I'm so glad I did. I have it on now. Normally, I will not pair something that's more warm with something cool. I see people do. I see makeup artists do it, and it works for them, but I just feel like let's keep things on the cooler side with the cheek and the lip, or on the warmer side. I don't usually put them together, but this works because this is very natural, very subtle blush, and that's what I love about this. It's very versatile. It can work with many different looks. As you can see, it works with a lip that has a little bit of a blue tone in it. This is the limited edition in 998 Pêche Lumière. And it looks like this, and I did not use the highlighter here. I just grabbed the blush from here, and you can see I've been using this a lot. Let me show you. So here is what mine looks like. Well loved. And again, it's Pêche Lumière, the limited edition blush. This really has that silkiness and almost like a creaminess to it that The other blushes, they're more traditional blushes, don't have, which is what I love about this. So I wish they would do more blushes like this. It's a really lovely formula. And I'm going to swatch it for you a few different ways. And let me know if you have this one. And let me know if you're the person who recommended it to me. It's here. So this is just the blush. This is just the highlighter. And this is the blush and the highlighter together. It's really beautiful. I think someone asked me about this middle color. And I don't know if I responded, but I did think about the question. Someone asked about the pink version of this. They said their middle, the highlighter had very distinct, like almost micro glitter in there. I didn't see that in this one. So let me know if you have the pink one or if you have this PêCHE as well. And let me know what you think of that highlighter color, because I'm wondering if they're different, or if you have both, let us know, because I'm not sensing that glittery aspect to the highlighter. Number 7, we have the mascara. I have not loved Chanel mascaras in the past. In fact, the last one that I tried before this, the one that has the ridges on it, was one of the most difficult mascaras I've ever used, and it just stuck my lashes together. I don't know who that mascara is for. It was very thick, but it wasn't for me. So let us know if you love that one. I think it's like the Revolution, Volume de Revolution, something like that. This one is the Le Volume de Chanel in black. And it's lovely. So you know I love the, or maybe you don't know, the Chantecaille, their Fossil Longest Lash Mascara has been a favorite for many years. This one deposits more product faster than that one does, but not too much, because that one deposits quite a bit and then this one deposits even more. Also, I noticed this one's a little bit trickier, not trickier, but I have to work a little bit harder to remove this one. So I can definitely feel it on my lashes. So it builds volume quickly if that's what you want. So you can see right there. Yeah, so I don't think I did a mascara category, but it would definitely be in my top 3 to 5 mascaras that I've used this year. It's beautiful. That actually may have been a recommendation from you as well. After I really didn't like the one before that, I think you may have pointed me in this direction to try it. So thank you so much. I just realized there was a little lipstick on my teeth, so I hope that hasn't been there the whole time. But if it was, I finally caught it. And I do use that little blotting trick to remove it from the inside of my lip area so that doesn't happen, but I guess I didn't do a great job. So do know that if you don't blot it in the middle there, you could end up with it on your teeth. It's a beautiful color though. It's the Le Rouge L'Astray by Chanel. And this one I love because it has a certain glossiness to it and not too much though. It's very hydrating. I want something that's hydrating. My lips are typically on the drier side, so this makes them look really healthy. It doesn't bring out any lines. I have lines in my lips. And what is nice is when this is wiped away, so I was saying I'm eating at a dinner party, if I wipe my lipstick off, there's still a stain left behind in an even way. It's not like the lipstick is still there, but there's a little bit of color and it's even. So I like that too. So this one happens to be an 832 Rouge Libre. So that is a color, it's really beautiful. Then number 8, we have here a highlighter, and this one, I forgot to mention. So I feel like with Chanel, these Chanel products, I was trying to highlight things I thought they did better or on par with some of my favorites. So these are really not just the best of Chanel for me, but they rise above the rest of the makeup I've tried, or there's no competitor. So that's kind of what I tried to think about with these. And what I like about this product, it's a highlighter, but it's transparent. So there isn't anything sparkly in here. I'm gonna put this over my whole hand. It kind of feels like a lip balm is what it feels like. It looks like a lip balm, feels like a lip balm, and that's what I have on as a highlighter. So for those who don't love powder highlighter, because powder highlighter can, no matter how good it is, have the tendency to emphasize fine lines, which if you do not know, I'm 53, so I definitely have some fine lines there that I don't want to emphasize. So I try and stay away from very powdery highlighters. So I like more glossy balm kinds of highlighters, and this one is unique in that there's no color to it, so it looks like this, so you shouldn't be seeing a sparkle here, and it's nice and hydrating. It doesn't set, but it is nice and hydrating. And this one is in the shade, I'm going to show it to you, but I don't know if you will be able to see that, but it does say transparent. Okay, let's talk about the product I did not love. One of the more disappointing, if not the most disappointing, because I expect a lot from Chanel, especially their base products, And this powder, I picked mine up in 40 medium plus, and I don't know if it's because of the color. It was too much color for me, but I don't know. It went on unevenly. It didn't make my makeup look better. In fact, it was like I wish I hadn't put it on. So let me know what you think of this. Did you like this? Also, it's very messy, even though I know they tried to make it not messy. Let us know. But this is my like Chanel fail of the year. Or do I need to try it again? I didn't like it enough to try it again. So let me know if you found a way to use it, or if you like it. Let us know what you like about it, what kind of skin type you have. Maybe is the color off? Did I pick a color that was too deep? Let us know. Okay, and then number 10, my favorite fragrance by Chanel. You see all of these Chanel Les Exclusive fragrances. I've done a good test on, I'm gonna say about half of them so far, but the one I continue to go back to again and again, actually, I'm really enjoying Sycamore. The one I've been going back to again and again this year is 1957. So it looks like this. I've described this as accessible, yet exclusive, because I don't think I've ever sensed or smelled anyone wearing this around me. I like that it's not one that everyone wears, because there are beautiful fragrances out there, but I also can identify them on other people when I am around them. So I do like something that's a little bit more unique, a little bit more exclusive. I think the term effortless elegance is what this is, because it's fresh, it's beautiful, timeless. I think it works in the day and the evening. And there's a certain like green fresh note in there that I really like. And I have to say, it's no surprise that some of my very favorite notes are in here. Bergamot is in there. And then we also have here jasmine and neroli, but they're not so strong. I know those can overtake sometimes, but they really have that kind of pared back. And then you also have iris, which has a lovely watery note to it, which I love. This is like a magical combination of so many things that I love, and done in a really well-balanced kind of a way. This one is just, it's like me in a bottle. I thought Beige was me in a bottle, but I think 1957 might be me in a bottle. This one really does have such a beautiful simplicity about it. So let us know what your favorite Chanel fragrance is if you have these, and what I need to try. And make sure to tune into the Get Ready With Me. You'll see these side by side, the primers, the foundations, and I did not powder today. I just have a little bit of that blush on. But that is it for today's video, so please take care of each other, stay well if you enjoyed this video. If you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time.